Hello and welcome back, YouTubers. I am Protomario, and today we are reviewing Fable, the Lost Chapters for the original Xbox. Jumping into this game, you will realize that it is a pretty much open-world decision-making game with the basis of action role-playing adventure at the core. This game was developed by Lionhead Studios and published by Microsoft Game Studios. So it was a big hitter for the Xbox and one of the greatest draws for the gaming system of the time. As you can see here, I'm facing down one of the bosses, and this is one of the many huge events that you'll be doing in Fable. Now, Fable and Fable the Lost Chapters are no different from each other, as Fable is the same game as Fable the Lost Chapters. The only difference is that the Lost Chapters adds on a few special things, kind of like downloaded content, except that that wasn't available at that time or as prevalent, so this is an expansion. If you had the Lost Chapters, you got some extra bonus content. Unfortunately, if you had Fable originally and picked up Lost Chapters later, your game would not continue over. You would have to do it all over again. Kind of lame, but hey, I'm not the one who writes the codes. Fable the Lost Chapters, as I stated already, is an action RPG game where you make many decisions, and based upon your decisions decides the fate of the world of Albion. You're dropped into the world, and after a huge raiding party of bandits slaughters your family, you are rescued by a man named Maze. I'm not going to spoil the plot or anything, but as you mature in this guild and become a true hero, it's your decision after you graduate whether to become an evil wizard or a holy knight, and everything in between. You could be an assassin, a thief. However, the contemporary class systems are disabled on this. It's an all-round class. You have three types of skills that you will be focusing on. You have your basic physical, which is your health, your physical damage, and your toughness, ability to take hits. You have your skill, or accuracy, speed, and guile. Guile being the ability to sneak around, steal, and persuade people. And of course you have your magic, which will correspond to your magic meter there, along with all the spells of the game. From Raging Inferno to the lightning and everything in between. You can summon great monsters, use Assassin's Rush, and tons of other fun spells. How you choose to go along this game is your choice, however it is set on a linear path. I know previously I stated it is an open world game, meaning you can go to any of these events at any point in time, but the story only progresses on a linear path. So each main story quest that you pick up will have to be done for you to progress into the story and unlock certain areas, such as Hook Coast or the Witchwood Cullisgate later on. You'll definitely need to do the stories quests pretty much as soon as possible if you want to get the areas unlocked to go and visit them. There will be side quests such as a hop killing contest or rescuing a boy trapped in a cave, but the main quests are what you're really after in this game. Because this game is the first of its generation and the first of its line, it doesn't really incorporate the best elements of the game. Having said that, between Fable 1, 2, and 3, I would way prefer the original Fable and Lost Chapters over number 2 and number 3. Now, also having said that, that does not mean that those ones are worse or better. Within the game, you'll be equipping yourself with different clothing, tattoos, weaponry, and all sorts of things like that. And unlike Fable 2 and Fable 3, your clothing and armor actually affects how you perform in this game. Also within this game, you will find many different unique weapons, such as Scorm's bow or other great swords and axes, depending upon where you get them. You'll encounter demon doors that require you to do something special for them to open. Once you do this special thing, they open up and you get their secret items. Sometimes it'll be magical robes, other times it'll be an awesome unique weapon like the one I have on my back. There are also chests that are silver and require you to get a certain amount of silver keys as you go along through the game to unlock them. Now, these chests are not necessary to open, however, they are necessary for you to collect the keys to actually get what's in them. So, if you want to get the keys and you want to find all the cool stuff in this game, you might want to take a look out for that. There are such events that you won't be able to go back to also in this game, such as the arena, which is unfortunate. I really would have liked to see them open up the arena as a freelance kind of game after you beat it the first time. But as I stated before, I'm not going to ruin the plot. So as you progress through the game, you will soon learn your role in the great world of the Albion. Once more, I would like you to note that pretty much in this game you can do anything you would like, as long as it's just within the boundaries of the game. You can go on a killing spree in a town, you can be completely evil, completely good, or completely insane like me, facing down a rock troll head on with a chicken helmet on. Yes, I am the chicken god, and there's no questioning that. This rock troll will learn of my power soon. Nobody talks bad about the chicken god. At any rate, guys, Fable has a great deal of content and a great deal of fun for you to play if you are interested in these type of games. If these aren't your games and you're more of a first-person shooter, simulator, racing game kind of person, you might want to pick it up and give it a try with a receipt, so if you really hate it, you can always return it. Fable is available through the Xbox 360's marketplace as a downloadable game, but once again, unless you get the lost chapters, you may want to hold off on downloading it and ensure that you get the lost chapters version. Fable is also available on the PC, but once more, Fable, when it was released for the original Xbox controller, so the wired controller may not work out with it. And personally, I found that it doesn't for me. However, if you're very smart with computers, you may be able to make it work. At any rate, guys, I have a blast with Fable, and it is definitely in my top 20 games of all time. This is one of my favorite games ever to play, and it's an excellent pick-up and play for anyone who's never played it before. So let's get into the core review of this. Overall, graphically speaking, even though it's limited to 480i, it does look really, really good on the Xbox. And having said that, it also looks pretty good on the PC. You can update the graphics on the PC and make it look even better than it does on the Xbox, but once again, the controller kind of limits that. Graphics, I give it an A+. Sound, the background music, and the voice acting is just excellent. Microsoft Studios and Lionhead really went all out on this, and they made it sound great. I don't have a problem with the music at all, and it suits the tone of the beat. Overall, I give sound an A+ also. Controls, pretty simple to use. There's nothing complicated about the control. You can pretty much jump in, pick up and play, and through the training mode, you'll get used to them pretty well. Controls get an A+ also. Gameplay and replay value. While you may want to play through this once or twice, after a while, it does get stale and repetitive. So you'll want to play through it once or twice and make sure to note the locations of the items and things that you really want to pick up, because unless you're really feeling like playing through it over and over again and playing the same missions over and over again, there's not too much else there for you. However, the replay value is here because once you beat it and you have the lost chapters, you get to go through the open world of Albion afterwards and enjoy those lost chapters with your character. It's all up to you in Fable. Remember, your decisions make up what you do. And a big shout out to Cal's Crazy, who is LPing this. Check out the video responses below for that.